Guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Kwame loves you, and today we'll be talking about bonding my rabbit and my cat together, or my fiance's cat. Just putting a disclaimer out there, every cat and bunny has very different personalities. So just keep that in mind. If you ever try this, just know the personality of your rabbit and your cat. This process might take a short time or a long time, just depending on those personalities and depending on different variables that can come into play. So in this video, I'll talk about my experience bonding my rabbit with my two cats that my fiance owns, Blinks and Lucy. The bonding process itself can be tricky, just bonding two rabbits together, but when you add a cat to the mix, it can actually become more difficult because cats are predators and rabbits are prey animals. So the bonding process can be difficult, just seeing if they go good together or seeing if they can actually be in the same room together. Kwame was fearless in this situation. He was the rabbit that wanted to sniff and wanted to go towards the cats. The cats didn't really want to be bothered with Kwame, so it wasn't the typical bonding process of a cat and a rabbit. Most people would be afraid of the cats trying to stalk or nip at the bunny, but in this situation the cat was actually trying to get away from the rabbit, and the rabbit was trying to go towards the cat, but not in a territorial way, just in a curiosity. My rabbit, he likes to play, he likes to be rubbed, he likes to sniff other things that he's not used to, so this was just a good takeaway from the bonding process, even though it's still happening. It's happening every day, but that was a cool thing to note, that my rabbit was too fearless. I think he forgot he was a prey animal. So I would have to say that my fiance's cat Blinks was the most petrified of Kwame. She hissed at him at first, didn't want to be around him. She would run away if you weren't constantly petting her, telling her that it was okay that Kwame was coming up to her, and she honestly didn't want to be bothered at first, but we are making steps to make her more comfortable with Kwame. She goes in the room and looks at his cage just to see what he's doing and how he is, but when it comes to the process of Kwame actually wanting to sniff her, she gets really scared and she wants to run away, and I'm sure that that's a really confusing thing for her, just knowing that a bunny is in her house, and she's probably just curious but scared. The first thing I did was put them in a neutral environment. I didn't want the cat's natural instincts to come out with the rabbit. I wanted to put them in an area where they could actually get to know each other, and it would be a neutral environment for them both, so the cat wouldn't want to go after the rabbit in any way. I put Kwame in a cage, so if he was ever uncomfortable with the situation that he was put in, he would have a way out in a way, and I would know that he was uncomfortable, and I would just put the cats in another room. I put this as an option just so I would know that Kwame wouldn't be uncomfortable with this, or the cats wouldn't be uncomfortable with this. I don't want Kwame just jumping up or hopping and the cat's getting uncomfortable, so the first thing I did was put him in a pen away from the animal so they would have a barrier between each other, and the cats would sniff his food and just get an idea of him and introducing him to the area that he was in. So when I introduced Kwame to Blink, she was actually really scared about it. She didn't really want to be around him, and you can see in the videos that she wanted to run away, and my fiance just kept rubbing her and making sure she was comfortable with the situation, but you could see in the video she definitely wasn't okay. And I think this is just because they have to just take more time to get to know each other, and Blinks doesn't know what's happening. She doesn't know why there's a random bunny in her house just hopping around. So I think that she's curious, but she's hesitant to get to know the bunny, which is understandable. Lucy, on the other hand, she touched noses before, so I think that that's a really good sign in between their friendship. I think that we're making big steps, and I'm actually really excited for the future. I want them to actually get to know each other and actually be like the videos where cats and rabbits are laying down together, sitting down together. So I think that this is a good learning experience for all of us, and maybe this can change the cat's view on just being around rabbits or seeing rabbits, not to be scared of them, but to actually get to know them. I also want to reiterate that every cat is different, every rabbit is different. So with my cats, they were a little bit hesitant. They didn't really want to get to know Kwame at first. They just avoided him. Like every day, and after the bonding process you can see a huge difference between the rabbits, and knowing that they actually want to get to know Kwame now, and they want to get to be around him even though they're scared at first, and maybe they run away sometimes with the rabbit. But we just have to know that it takes a long process. It's not going to happen overnight. So I think that we're making good progress. I'm definitely going to make a part 2 just to talk about how the process is going. I see a lot of videos explaining the rabbits and bonding rabbits with rabbits, but I don't really see a lot of rabbits and cats. So I think that a part 2 will definitely be made in this situation, and I'm actually really proud of the process that Blinks and Lucy are making. They seem to really enjoy Kwame now. They come in a room and I see them sniffing each other sometimes, mainly Lucy, not so much as Blinks, but we're working on that. But yeah, this is my video. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'm thinking about posting weekly every Friday, so stay tuned.